Welcome to Tech and Taste. I'm Paisley.
I'm Ian.
This show is all about uncovering
The human stories behind Calgary's tech scene.
We'll share the cool innovations,
The people making it happen.
and of course, some food along the way, so that you'll leave every episode thinking,
I didn't know that was happening in Calgary.
For today's episode, we have our guest, Amanda Hehr. Amanda is the president of Kathairos. She's also worked at other notable Calgary startups, like Orphix Technologies as their VP of Business Development. And she is also the co-founder of Undercard Fitness. Hey guys, I think our food is here. Let's eat.
Okay, let's try it.
And
Perfect, thank you.
Of the Nash. I'm so excited. Do you guys like the Nash?
Yes, I do. I
Love
their
the
chicken.
Nash for brunch, especially. One of our favorites.
It's one of my favorite restaurants in Calgary.
Well, Amanda, what challenge does your company solve?
Oh, big question out of the gate.
There you go.
Big swing. So my company, Kathairos Solutions, is Calgary-based, Calgary-founded, and we partner with oil and gas industry to address methane emissions at their well sites. That's kind of the overarching reason for being.
You guys currently done in industry. If you're reducing the methane, like what is that? What is the current state?
Sure. Right. Yeah, and I'll start with the name Kathairos, which is a Greek-derived word, which means clean air. So that was kind of the thread, and we really wanted to, I guess, primarily address methane emissions. So I'll sort of go backwards a little bit. There's about 700,000 oil and gas sites that are remote locations across North America. They're not grid powered, so they need to be powered. Pneumatic devices on the site, which actuate and basically control systems, have to be powered in some way. And, for the last century, producers have been using fuel gas to basically power these devices. And so they're using the methane downhole to pressure the actuations of those devices. So obviously methane, as we've all heard, has, it in the news, is a very dangerous greenhouse gas. It's actually 80 times more potent than CO2 over a 20-year period.
Wow.
And so it's been a real focus for regulators and for industry to address. And with upstream production, pneumatic devices are responsible for 71% of methane emissions. So it's definitely an area of focus. So our technology basically replaces the requirement to have methane emissions actuating those pneumatic devices.
All right, first up, we have bacon wrap dates.
Oh, this looks really good.
We have prosciutto wrapped medjool date. It comes with whipped blue cheese and endive, Highwood Crossing sunflower seeds, Alberta rye crackers, and a little port. This is one of my favorite foods. I'm gonna eat it with a fork just for the camera.
I love bacon and I love dates. And this is like a cheese or something like that as well on it.
There's definitely like a citrus note to it. You can really taste the bacon wrapped. Oh, yeah, the citrus and the cheese together. I like how it comes on a little lettuce boat.
I'm gonna try a little lettuce after. That's a really good combination.
And these are kind of unique because they have a little bit of port wine on it.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it's totally different than what I was expecting. Amazing. So right now, the methane that's coming out of the wells is harnessed to actually power those devices. And so in your system, where does that methane go then?
Yeah, that's a great question. So one of the advantages of our system is that, it saves the producer money because the methane stays downhole or in the value chain, and they can sell, that fuel gas instead of using it to power their devices. So yeah, that's one of the advantages.
So it sounds like when that methane is used to power the pneumatic devices, that's where some of the methane is escaping, and that's what's causing the environmental damage?
Exactly. Methane vented from pneumatics is a very small amount or very small volume, but with hundreds of thousands of sites over time, that certainly is a large contributor to the greenhouse gas issue.
And I think you mentioned a Yeti mug, and I'm a basic V, so I love that description.
I don't see you as basic at all, but yeah, that's something. I'm not an engineer. I work in technology, but I don't have an engineering background, and so I like to use the analogy of a Yeti mug. Basically, we use cryogenic tanks, which are double-walled vessels that drop on the site. Similar to a propane model, we have last-mile delivery, so we fill the tanks with liquid nitrogen. Liquid nitrogen wants to become a gas. It's its natural state, and so in the tank itself, there's a 700 times expansion ratio, which creates pressure, which powers the pneumatic devices. gases instead of using fuel gas. And so I think this is great because, I mean, mostly air is made up of nitrogen. It's an inert gas. It's not combustible. And so it's a great solution for operators to both, reduce the carbon intensity of their operations, and also, they can sell the gas instead of using it in that way.
It's common knowledge that the oil and gas industry is an emitter of greenhouse gases like methane. This is because methane is the main component in natural gas. Methane can be captured, combusted, or released. It can either be captured and sent for sale, burned as fuel right there on the rig, or intentionally vented. One of the reasons that methane would get vented is because of the use of pneumatics. Pneumatics are systems that use pressurized gas to control valves, actuate devices, and run instruments and power pumps. This system is widely used because it's simple, reliable, and well-suited for hazardous environments. Historically, methane has been used to power pneumatic devices because it's already readily available on site. The issue is that any gas that's used in a pneumatic system must be vented or released into the air after it's already done its work. That venting is not optional, it's actually the core of how pneumatics function. Kathairos addresses this by completely removing methane from the pneumatic equation. Instead of using methane as the working gas, Kathairos uses nitrogen, which acts as its replacement. And when nitrogen vents, it does not contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. It simply returns to the atmosphere. And because methane is not being used for pneumatics, it never actually has to leave the production system. Instead, it stays in the gas stream and can be sold, or is managed through the existing fuel systems instead of having to be vented. The nitrogen is delivered as a cryogenic liquid and is vaporized on site. That change of state actually expands the nitrogen by over 700 times, generating the pressure and flow that's required for pneumatics, without electricity, generators, or compressors. While the delivery of the nitrogen does have associated emissions, those emissions are very small in comparison to venting the methane. Extra do you think your clients are making by selling that gas or by keeping it as value chain? There's probably an amount that they're benefiting from financially, but then also there's the reduction in emissions.
Exactly. I mean, there's certainly, we track fuel gas savings for our customers. We have a software platform called Atlas. And so we're tracking in real time the amount that they've saved against the index price or Henry Hub price. So that really does vary depending on the gas price, which is it fluctuates. So yeah, we actually capture a lot of data and provide it to our customers through the platform. And that's sort of one advantage of our system is all this data we're collecting in real time.
All right, next up, we have our pork belly. Crispy pork belly char siu. It comes with a ginger scallion vinaigrette and a watercress and radish salad with plum.
Let's try it. I love pork
Let's
belly.
do it again. It's a bigger piece than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Lucky us.
And what's on the pork belly?
It looks like it's so it's a little bit of salad and it's watercress and radish.
Oh, it looks really good.
Okay, ready? Wow. I'm used to pork belly being way smaller, so it was kind of unfair, but that is so good, and it's really rounded out nicely with the greens.
I really like the sauce on the pork belly as well.
Yeah, it's kind of almost like a peanutty sauce.
It's a ginger and scallion vinaigrette.
Ooh, what's a scallion?
Scallion's like an onion.
Oh, that's my favorite then.
So what exactly sparked the idea?
Oh, so the company was co-founded in mid-2020 by two engineer types, and they just basically thought of this as a novel application solution. So really nothing was invented, but the application is invented. It really, liquid nitrogen had never been used to pressurize fuel gas, or pneumatic operations, and so I think it was an idea that was very elegant. And most technology has to go through the technology readiness scale and, requires a lot of applied testing and tweaking, especially if there's software.
I was going to get that through one at home, some PTSD.
Yeah.
Because it's such a part of normal commercialize.
Yes.
This is, and it takes forever and
Yeah.
the whole language around it.
Yes, and we're throwing these acronyms around. But yes, I mean, you wanted to get to a technology ready level where customers feel confident that they can apply the technology without fear or risk of, something not working. And so especially the oil and gas industry is less reluctant. I heard recently on a CRIN interview, the energy industry likes to be leading edge, but not bleeding edge. So they want to make sure something works first. So it was co-founded in 2020, again, by two engineers that basically knew, based on the laws of thermodynamics, this would work for sure. I mean, the inherent pressure that's created in that tank would be able to service equipment on the well site. So really, we just needed to find a customer willing to say, yes, you can try it out, and so that we can prove out the technology commercially.
So like, was that the point that you knew after the first client that it was a truly like a marketable product, that you can actually go to market with?
Yeah, I think we really knew we were onto something. I mean, the government in both the US and Canada were starting to slowly regulate emissions for the energy industry. So sort of that paired with all of these companies making public ESG commitments to shareholders, wanting to export product into other markets that are more heavily regulated. It felt like sort of the perfect storm. So as soon as we had the first trial with Velvet Energy in the Elmsworth area, we felt like we've got something here. And so, yeah, it really took us, I guess our TRL cycle was sort of abridged if you compare it to other, really novel technology. So for us, it was just an application, patent filing.
All right, Ian. I'm so excited for the tartare. Little known fact about me, but tartare is one of my favorite foods, which is like a very random favorite food to have, I think. But France is my favorite country and tartare is my favorite food.
I never would have guessed that. You've been talking about this for the last week.
Alberta prime steak tartare. This comes with truffle creme fraiche, cured egg yolk, crispy shallots, yuzu kusho dressing, and tallow crackers. Okay, we got our crackers. We got
Like it. Yeah, we've got a lot of crackers too with this. Cheers. Here we go.
Fruit. Moment for the tartare, people.
I like good tartare.
10 out of 10 tartare.
All right, that is really good.
France level tartare. I think what I like about it is it's super fresh. It was clearly made with super fresh ingredients. The portion size is perfect. These crackers have enough kind of like...
I really like the cracker. Yeah. Yeah.
So good. And then it's kind of like Asian inspired, like that yuzu dressing that's mixed with it.
Yeah, I really like the dressing of the tartare. Yeah, definitely. This is a 10 out of 10.
Now you're what? I think you said 35 people in Calgary and 40 people in the US?
Yeah, our company, we just topped 80 full-time employees between the US and Canada. And yes, our Calgary office, we've got about 35 employees. And yeah, we're in the Beltline and just feel really proud to be a part of the ecosystem here. And that, our G&A team is basically located in Canada and we support operations across North America. So...
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, it's so amazing to grow a company locally like that. And I think energy is so calming here, but I think people forget how much innovation is happening because we just kind of hear of this like legacy industry. So it's amazing to hear about these new technologies that are making things more eco-friendly and are being adopted wide scale.
Yeah, it's a very common theme that, we have a great innovation culture here in Calgary. And I hear the story very often that technology is developed here but adopted more rapidly in the US for some reason. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but I feel Canada just lags behind a little bit in terms of adopting new technology. But yes, we have a very virile and active tech scene in Calgary. And I think there's a lot of, PTAC is one, Petroleum Alliance of Canada and CRIN. And there's just a lot of non-dilutive funding and support for early stage companies here. It's wonderful.
What else is in the roadmap for your company in terms of technologies?
Yeah, we're really excited about the data we collect, the primary data. I would say as a company, we are a hardware-enabled insights company. And so we have all this primary data that is coming in. Every tank is equipped with differential pressure sensors and level sensors. And so because we can correlate our vent rate from our tanks to both methane mitigated on site, but also to production, so to, the molecule level, operators are fascinated with the insights that the data can provide. So remember, these are remote well sites. And so a lot of them are sensor enabled. And so they really don't know what's going on the well sites unless they have boots on the ground. And so because the data provides this insight, we find a lot of companies are using our real-time notifications and the data platform as almost operational intelligence that they can use to reduce, their operating costs and make sure their sites are up more often, which means more revenue. So that's what we're most excited about, is leveraging the data.
And I feel like you told me something about data centers and how there's a potential application in other areas.
Yeah, we think that there might be an opportunity with some of these hyperscalers. I mean, we're all hearing about the explosion of infrastructure for data centers across North America. And how are these data centers being powered sort of in advance of the grid being able to catch up to support with electricity-based power? And so obviously the bridge will be natural gas. But a lot of these hyperscalers have made public commitments about, how they're powering these data centers. We're considering the idea that our platform can help to provide provenance or certification to the molecule level, very similar to how coffee certification is a thing, or in wine you'll sort of have a certain percentage of the grapes that are organic. We believe that we can almost create an emissions integrity model where we can certify down to the molecule level what percentage of that natural gas that's being used to power the data center is emissions free.
Wow.
Could be a great opportunity. So we're just
quite impressive.
That's so cool. And lastly, do you have any crazy stories about the early days of Kathairos? Any all-nighters that were pulled? Any crazy things that you can kind of tell us about?
Yes, there are many stories. I mean, I joined the company in 2023 after a lot of the crazy days were behind, but I definitely recall some stories of early employees, operators sleeping with the tanks. And so, I mean, especially when we had this trial with Velvet Energy, we wanted to make sure nothing went wrong, that the tank pressured up properly. And so, yeah, there was shifts taken where people were sleeping in their trucks beside the tanks to make sure it was executed flawlessly. So I know. I know there's, a lot of people put a lot of work and love into growing and building the company and sort of de-risking it. So yeah, it's been a fun ride.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. That was such an amazing conversation.
Yes, Paisley, it was so nice to meet you, and Ian, so nice to see you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Wow.
All right, so it's time to rate the food. The tartare is going to be a 12 out of 10 for me. Bacon rat dates, also amazing. I'm going to give them a 9, and I'm going to give the pork belly also a 9. Amazing.
I would give the dates 9.5. I really, really like those. The pork belly, I would give that a 9. And the tartare, I would actually agree with you. That's, definitely a 10 out of 10.
Yes. 12 out of 10?
No, it's a 10 out of 10.
Okay. Ian doesn't love 10 people.
I don't usually go above 9.
Huge thank you to our partners and guests for making this episode possible. First, thank you to Neo Financial for partnering with us to showcase some of the amazing local food merchants in their network. Neo has partnered with over 10,000 businesses across Canada to bring cardholders exclusive cashback offers with rewards of up to 15% cashback just for supporting local. Thank you so much to Dot Digital, our presenting sponsor, for making Tech and Taste happen. Dot is a Calgary-based digital consultancy that helps companies bring their ideas to life through technology. We are so thankful for their support for bringing these conversations to the screen. Thank you so much to our food partner for today, the Nash.